am going to make one of my most requested hyper-realistic cakes. A lot of you have asked for this one. I am going to make a cake inside a cake inside a cake. When I first heard this, I was confused. Then I thought about it, and I'm still confused. But I'm gonna find a way to make this happen because you guys wanna see it, and I love a good challenge. My name is Natalie Sideserf, and I make cakes that don't look like cakes. And today, I'm going to make a cake inside a cake inside a cake. To do this, I'm gonna need two different objects that are similar in shape. What about a baseball and a basketball? No, that's too dramatic of a size difference. What about an apple inside a bigger apple? I don't wanna make the same thing twice. Oh, I've got it. What about a lime inside a lemon? I think we've got a winner here. So it'll be a cake inside a lime inside a lemon. Let's start with the lime. I think this is a great option because limes and lemons, they're like family. Oh, so sweet. What I imagine for this cake is I have a lemon. Then I pick that lemon up and I start peeling the skin right off to reveal a lime. Then I cut into the lime to reveal that it's really a cake. I am like 50-50 on this one. I really don't know if it's gonna work because knowing cake and knowing chocolate and knowing food color and sugar, things could get all messed up. And what if the lemon gets stuck to the lime? I don't know. Let's work through some of these issues together. I just finished making a mold of the lime, and now we're going to do a little experiment. I need my lime to be sturdy, extra sturdy. That way it doesn't crush, smush, or break when I cover it in the lemon. So I'm gonna make the lime out of green chocolate because chocolate is pretty sturdy as far as sweets go. Now on the other hand, I need the lemon skin to be made of a soft material because I wanna be able to easily peel that lemon skin off, revealing the lime. So for the lemon, I'm using modeling chocolate. Now it's time for the experiment. Here I've got a swipe of cooled lime green chocolate, and I'm placing yellow modeling chocolate over top. Will I be able to easily peel the yellow away from the lime green? Because that's what we need to make this work. No, not at all. This isn't easy at all. I was worried this was gonna happen. Modeling chocolate can be really sticky, and it is sticking to that green chocolate. It's even breaking. I need to find a way to keep the yellow modeling chocolate from sticking to the green chocolate. What's edible and keeps things from sticking to other things? Wait a minute.
Butter.
People use butter on pans to keep the cake from sticking to the pans. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's try it. I am buttering my chocolate right now, and now I can place the yellow modeling chocolate on top, and let's see if I can peel that yellow modeling chocolate away. I was really worried about this part, but I think we've got it. We've got a solution. Butter is the hero of the day, and it makes everything taste better. All right, our experiment is finished. Now we can really get things going. Now let's check on our lime mold. It's firm, it's looking good. It is really in there. Get out of here. This lime mold is really important because I can't hand sculpt chocolate, I have to use a mold. And I need this lime to be made of chocolate so that it's strong and it's sturdy, strong like chocolate. All right, it looks good. Let's fill her up. I'm gonna place this lime mold in the fridge for a little bit to firm up. The chocolate should be firm now. Let's pop it out of the mold. Easy does it. This is just a chocolate shell. I don't want it to crack. All right, there we go. We got our little lime, a little chocolate lime. He's a wobbly little guy, isn't he? Now all I have to do is get cake inside this chocolate lime. So I'm gonna try to cut a little hole in the back. Hopefully I can get some cake in there. So I'm taking a blade and I'm very carefully cutting a hole. It just cracked in half.
Do you wear clothes or know someone who does?
I'm just kidding. I gotta get cake in there somehow. It's totally fine that it cracked in half. It's actually kind of what I was going for. This cake reminds me of a nesting doll. You know those dolls where it's a doll inside 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 a doll. It's like forever. Oh, It's totally like a turducken. Have you ever heard of a turducken? It's a chicken stuffed into a duck, stuffed into a turkey. Seems like a lot of work. Probably about as much work as this cake. Today's cake is the turducken of desserts. I'm actually pretty proud of that. I still don't even know if it's gonna work. I'm rounding out the edges of 2 round layers of cake. And these cake layers are gonna go in my lime. All right, we've got our lime chocolate shell. Just gotta shove the cake in there. And by shove, I mean gently place it in so it doesn't crack. And of course, we can't forget our layer of green buttercream. And now I just seal the lime back up. Try my best to line it up like a puzzle piece. Now this lime isn't looking hyper realistic yet. That's because we gotta paint it. So the other thing that I'm worried about with this cake is that once I cover this lime in the yellow modeling chocolate, I think that the food color on the lime might end up rubbing off. If the green food color rubs off the lime, it's not gonna look realistic. Then it's just gonna look like a green ball inside a lemon. It doesn't work. It needs to be a lime. It needs to look like a lime. Now, do I have a solution for this potential problem? No, I don't. I am just going to cross my fingers. I have to use food color to paint the lime to make it look realistic. So there's nothing that I can think to do to fix this problem. I just have to hope that the yellow modeling chocolate doesn't take the green food color off. Now we will find out if that happens very soon. But first we have to add the modeling chocolate lemon layer. I'm rolling out my yellow modeling chocolate. This is going to go over the lime. But before I cover the lime, we gotta think back to our experiment. The modeling chocolate will stick to this chocolate lime if I don't cover it in butter, but guess what? I'm gonna cover it in butter. I've got my softened butter here, and I'm brushing a thin layer over the lime. I gotta be a little careful with this because if I brush too much, it's gonna pick up that green food color. So just nice few swipes here and there. And now comes the layer of yellow modeling chocolate. This is stressing me out. I can't tell what's happening underneath the yellow. I have to be so careful because it's still just chocolate under there. It can crack. And of course it cracked. I am too far along to start over. This is just a tiny crack. I'm just gonna continue covering the cake and cross my fingers that it doesn't crack more and more over time. This is stressful. Everything is so fragile and iffy and questionable with this one. I am being so gentle with this lemon. So now I have to hand sculpt the lemon because that's the only way that this modeling chocolate is gonna look like a lemon. And hand sculpting this, knowing that there's a little crack in that lime in there is just... I just can't give up. I do like the way the lemon's looking. It's just, I don't know what's going on under there. So let's recap my worries. My first worry, will the yellow modeling chocolate peel away from the lime without sticking? Worry number 2, will the green food color come off, leaving me with a green ball rather than a realistic lime? And worry number 3, will that tiny crack in the lime spread? I think we've waited long enough. Let's see how this goes. And there you have it. A cake inside a cake inside a cake. I'm liking the way this lemon turned out, but now I've got to peel it to hopefully expose the lime underneath. All right, let's do it. Oh no, the modeling chocolate is sticking to the lime. Looks like covering it in butter did not work. And the chocolate is cracking. This is a disaster. Sorry guys, I made a cake fail. But you know what? I'm not giving up. I still think there's a way to make this work. What do you guys think? Give this video a like if you think I should try again. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you next week for another cake.